Hello, and a very warm welcome to the first in a series of podcasts I have the great pleasure of hosting on behalf of WEG UK. Joining me today is the Managing Director of WEG's UK operation, Gustavo Da Silva. Welcome, Gustavo.
Andrew, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for the introduction, and I'm excited for today. That is our first series of podcasts, so thank you very much again.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So to kick things off, could you tell us a bit about your history in this sector and what your journey with WEG has looked like leading up to this role?
Thank you, Andrew. So again, I've worked on the manufacturing facility. I work on several market segments for over 22 years. So all the market segments that you can imagine, even including offshore business. Okay, I started WEG as a trainee. Okay, over 22 years ago, I was able to work on all sorts of business units within WEG. I had the experience as well to work in different countries that gave me that sort of truly understanding of WEG global values and culture, okay? But most importantly is how to understand the local market dynamics, which here in the UK have been quite a long time. So exciting times ahead, and what I see nowadays is the continuation of this journey. Okay, not necessarily it's a disruptive, but continuation of the journey now with WEG for many years.
And just picking up on something you said, how long in the UK have you been?
So I've been
22
now,
years with WEG.
Yeah, so 22 years, and I've been with WEG UK 18 years, so it's a long time.
It is indeed.
Yeah. I also worked in France and Portugal, and of course I started back in Brazil.
That's very good, very good. Having recently taken the helm as MD for the UK, what has been the most significant day one challenge or priority for you in this new position?
Good question, thank you, Andrew. I would not necessarily say the day one challenge, okay, because within WEG we have this constance throughout. We can see this with our CEOs. We had Mr. Director Da Silva, then Harry, and now Mr. Kub, okay. We always have this very smooth transition. So what I would say in terms of priorities is the sustainable and continuous growth with the long-term vision. So this is key for us here at WEG UK alongside operation excellence as well. Okay, so these are the two main priorities that we have been talking just over a year now with the team.
It's fascinating to hear how your personal journey has mirrored the company's growth. 18 years in the UK. But looking at the present day, you've stepped into this role during a fairly complex time for global economy. So looking at the UK specifically, how do you see market conditions shifting as we move through 2020, well, from 2025 into 2026, particularly regarding external pressures that none of us control, geopolitical situation in the Gulf, for example?
Yeah, so again, that's a good question, particularly nowadays as we are watching the news every single day. Yeah. So what I would say is that we cannot forget that the difference between 25 and 26, there's not much difference. We are still seeing the high cost of electric, high cost of gas, operation cost as well for the UK manufacturing, which is still there from 25 to 26. And of course, some extra pressures coming from the instability in the Gulf as we are currently seeing, okay? But what's most important is, what we discussed within our team is, we need to control the controllables. That's the key message for the guys. And also the way we act internally is how truly shape the outcome. So that's really important for us. We cannot forget that during the COVID times, 2021, 2020, WEG was able to navigate pretty well during that time, okay? We cannot forget that the WEG decentralization of the manufacturing plants is very important. We have 66 manufacturing facilities in 18 countries. We have more than 120 distributors, different countries. In operations such as WEG UK, with a very strong technical expertise, we have in more than 42 countries. So it's a global business, and we are prepared to navigate now during turbulent times, shall we say.
You referenced a pretty impressive figure there with your worldwide distribution network, but what's the total headcount at the moment, globally and within the UK for WEG?
Yeah, so if you look at WEG nowadays, WEG is just above more than 50,000 employees, so it's a large organization. We have a market capitalization, give or take, of around $45 billion. So again, large operation. Here in the UK also we have around 66 employees with a turnover around £50 million. So again, quite large organization.
Yeah, that is impressive. It was following on from there, actually, it was recently announced that WEG is now the world's #1 supplier of electric motors. Congratulations on that achievement. How does that global prestige influence the strategy here in the UK going forward?
Well, I think we need to start, Andrew, saying that that was definitely a tremendous achievement, and everyone at WEG should be proud of that. But we cannot forget that this is not the destination. That's the part of the journey, okay? And we cannot also forget that we had, for the last decades, the large investments in manufacturing capabilities, R&D, innovation, and people, which is key, of course. In terms of strategy, as I said, as part of the journey, doesn't change our strategy. We will be there, reinforce the message, working close with our OEM systems integrators and the users, okay, and make sure that we are supporting the market.
WEG is well known for premium positioning. How do you plan to maintain that reputation while simultaneously looking for new growth opportunities?
Yes, of course. That's the ambidextrous strategy, which I believe that WEG also has a quite good strategy on that. So we cannot forget that WEG will be emphasize the message on the quality of the products, on the high efficiency, and total cost of ownership. Okay, so these are three pillars that we're supporting the market. Okay, and again, we will be supporting the business with this sort of products in terms of our stock availability, working closely with our resellers, our partners in the market. So, as I said, the strategy doesn't change much. Of course, we'll be working closer now with the motion systems. Yeah, we have the motors, the gearboxes, the automation, the digitalization that we might be talking later on as well. So work on both ambidextrous strategy is really key for us here in the UK market.
Since WEG is now sitting at the global #1 spot for motors, it clearly changes the weight behind the UK strategy. Let's talk now about how you translate that global power into local innovation. So where do you see the most exciting opportunities for expansion in 2026? Are you looking, for example, at new sectors or perhaps expanded product and service offerings in the UK?
Okay, again, good. If you look back on our WEG portfolio, we operate all of the above. Okay, we cannot forget nowadays we're talking a lot about energy transition. And that's key, and why we are prepared for this market of the energy transition. But we cannot forget about the high carbon emission market as well, which is very important, okay? I always say with my team the green equation. We have the one which is the high demand on the high carbon emissions, plus one which is the low carbon, that we need to offset the carbon from the high demand energy matrix. Equals 0 equals 2. Yeah, so we can see this sort of demand going on. So in terms of the energy transition, we have 4 pillars that we are well suitable to work, which is energy efficiency products, operation efficiency, renewables energy, and electric mobility. Okay, so when you look on this sort of 4 pillars that we have to support, we will be supporting the UK market on the next journey. We cannot forget that the delta in terms of increase on the energy transition, the low carbon, is much larger, much bigger, but it starts from a low standing point as well.
And you mentioned quite extensively there efficiency. Obviously, that's one pillar in the 3-pillar triple threat, if you like, of automation, digitalisation, and efficiency. These are the buzzwords of the industry, along with AI, of course. But for WEG, how are these various pillars specifically shaping the next generation of your products?
Good. We need to look back on our strategic positioning. Okay, we have a wide range integrated offer for electrification, automation, and digitalization, as you said. So when you look on our strategic position, we have the full range of industrial electrical electronic equipment. Okay, we have the energy generation, transmission, and distribution. We cannot forget the commercial motor appliances, paints and varnishes, plus services. Okay, so we see the strategic positioning. We see that we are well ready for the energy transition, which comes with digitalization, artificial intelligence, that we're working really hard on that. So, as I said before, a quick recap, you have the 4 pillars supported by the strategic positioning to work on the new markets ahead.
It's an incredibly broad range that you've got there, isn't it? But beyond the hardware and the tech, what are the core cultural strengths of the UK team that you want to reinforce as you lead the company forward?
Well, that's probably for me is the best question, Andrew, because that's very close to my heart when we talk about culture and we talk about people. Okay, so the 2 points that we currently have that we discuss a lot with our team here in the UK, alongside with the corporate as well, we talk about customer focus to start off. So when we talk about customer focus, as I said in the beginning, we have the sustainable and continuous growth with the long-term vision. That's really important for us. Alongside that, we have the focus on result and discipline in the execution. Okay, so within that, we have the ROIC, as we call it, the return over capital employed. So this is a key indicator for WEG, not only in the UK, but globally. Okay, we start now with the committees here in the UK, and that's important because within WEG, the culture, customer focus, we have the participative management in decision making and goal setting. Yeah? We also have the transparency, commitment, and simplicity in relationship. And I do believe that customers, they appreciate that. They appreciate how easy it is to deal with WEG. Yes, we are a large organization, 50,000 employees, but having that simplicity is key for the market, okay? And again, from my side, the ongoing investment in people development. You know, WEG supported me throughout my journey. As I said in the beginning, I went to Oxford University, so they were really investing in the people. So alongside the customer focus, we have the operation excellence, as I said in the beginning, okay? So looking on these two sort of a culture is exciting times ahead.
I think the culture of any business is extremely important to its overall success. Yep. Does the culture you adopt in the UK echo that of WEG internationally, in other countries that is represented around the world? Good
question. 100%. We had a senior leadership meeting with our CEO not so long ago, and that was the point that he touched on that. And we cannot forget that our CEO previous was nowadays is Mr. Kuba, before that was Mr. Harry, and before that was Mr. Décio Da Silva. And Décio is still there on the board, Harry is still there on the board, and Kuba, of course, is the CEO. So you see that continuation, and you don't see that in many global companies nowadays, yeah? And this is the culture of WEG.
Does it feel like a family, a close-knit family in terms of its overall culture, do you think?
100%. We see that, you know, and I had the pleasure to visit the factory a couple of weeks ago, and I came back so much good vibe and energy. Now you are there, is a large organization, but you have this sort of a family business, the simplicity in doing business, and that's key for us.
Yeah, I would agree, absolutely. So the final word, to wrap things up, what is the one key message or takeaway that you'd like to leave our audience with today?
Good again, Andrew. I would say commitment to the UK market. We have been here 29 years. We have a successful business. Of course, next year is going to be our 30th anniversary.
Indeed.
So I'm very exciting for that, the commemorations for next year. And then regardless what will happen in the future, we are talking about Industry 4.0, we spoke about artificial intelligence, how about Society 5.0, a lot of challenges ahead, okay? But the message is, WEG UK is committed to the UK market. You know, could be on these things that we've just mentioned, on the energy transition as well. So again, it's a commitment to the UK market, innovation and investment in people as well.
Fantastic. Gustavo, thanks so much for joining me today.
Pleasure, Andrew.
Good luck for your role as MD in the UK. Good luck with your 30th anniversary next year. I'm sure that'll be fun. And thank you for joining me.
Thank you again, Andrew.
Okay, that brings to an end the first in our series of podcasts for WEG UK. Should you want more information, please contact one of the team or indeed visit the website. And stay tuned for the next in our series. Thank you very much.